So you are welcome once again to our episode. This is the episode 21, and we are still talking about how to calculate for your crude protein in feed formulation. And my name once again, Sterimeno Dutola Isa Abiodun DTM, your great anchor on this channel. And I will say, if you have not subscribed to this channel, make sure that you do that. And if you you have not followed us in virtually most of our social media handle, make sure that you follow us now. And for those of you, for our returning subscriber, I will say a very big thank you to you. I will say I so much encourage you for coming back, and thank you, and God bless you all. And let us move forward. As I said earlier, we are talking about how to calculate for your crude protein, and from that we talked about how to alternate the materials and how to calculate the materials, the CP, and I gave you a formula. The formula is what we use in calculating it. If you are joining now, please just make sure that you go to the previous episode and you see the formula there, because I don't want to use that in order to take more time on this episode. So let us talk about the cost of our formulation for the 2mm. I told you it's a 2mm. We use 2mm, but what we arrived from the first concentration, we arrived at our newly ash fryers. That means you can grind this formulation and you can give your you can give a 0.1 for your newly hashed fryers. Yes, I can bet that for you. And if you thought it doesn't happen, I will do it to you, and I will do it practically. I will formulate it, I will crush it, and I will give it to my newly hatched fish. This is what I've done, this is what I've practiced, and these are doing better. Because we don't want to go into a lot of stress. I would say it now, most farmers are lazy. So we don't want to go into researching, we don't want to go into a lot of stress. That is why, even again, most farmers are lazy. I say it once again, because most farmers are lazy because we don't want to go into stress of formulating. We just want to buy feed. And for us, we have forgotten that any fruit producer, even me as a fruit producer, if I'm producing feed, for me to sell. That's the truth. It's for me to sell my product. I just want to sell my product. I don't want to really care even the profit you have in your farm. So I just want to sell my product. So for me to sell my product, so that's why if you are buying a product, you need to be understandable, because there are a lot of reliable feed mailers out there, branded feed, even my branded feed mailers, that are selling to people. They have representatives, they have their managers to visit your farm to see how your farms are doing. Those are the reliable ones. We have a lot of them that are out there doing seminars for people, out there empowering people, helping farmers. Those are the reliable ones. You can see those ones are close to you. But feed producers that are not really cared, that don't even visit you, just sell their feed to you, they will not call you to ask you how is the feed doing to your fishes. That means you can do this yourself and be confident about what you are doing. So let me go more further to our calculation. For those of you that followed me from the I think episode that should be episode 14. I talked about when I was trying to do the first formulation, I used some prices to use. So I'll be using that prices now, because there are a lot of, why I'm going to use the current price I have here, because some people in some states, their prices are even lower or higher. So I'll just be using just an ordinary pricing that is not applicable, so that I'll just use it to calculate in order for us to tell us if our formulation is cheaper or higher. So that's what I want to do. I'm going to use a uniform calculation. So from there, I said let us just put our cost of fish meal for 1,000 naira, and we are using 50 kg. That will give you 50,000 naira. And our meal, soya meal, we are using, let us just put it at 200 naira, and we are using just 20 kilo. That will give us 4,000 naira. And the GNC, we are using a cost of 200 naira, and we are using 20 kilo. This will give you a cost of 4,000 naira too as well. And our flour, I'm using 120 per kg, and we are using 10 kilo. This one will give us 1,200 naira per kilo. Please, I will want you guys to take this out. You have to write it down. It is important. And for those of you who are following us and thought this information will help them, so please write it down. And we talked about the additives, and the additives are the likes of premix. I told you there are different kind of premixes. Or for those of you who thought you want to concentrate your premix yourself, because there are a lot of people that do concentrate their premix themselves. How do they do that? They will go out there to buy lysine, they buy mentholin, they buy vitamin C, they buy vitamin A, they buy vitamin D, they get calcium, all of the minerals, they blend it together and they mix them. But if you don't want to go into that also, and you thought some people here, there are some people there that have made it easy for you. That's why they are said there are different kind of it that are making things easy for you. So those are the people that have a concentration of premix. Yeah, I have a very good brother of mine that has been doing this when I started fish farming, and I think he's one of the hit man in premix producer in Africa presently. I think he's the president of one of the agro-allied company. Yeah, is a very good product. He has been started very, very small, and we started together, and he's doing very great now. So I'm just trying to give a kudos to him on this channel. So if you want that, you can get his premix. His premix is highly very, very good. You can contact me and I will link you up on how to get their premises. And because they have not paid, they have not booked for the advert, that is why I can't put it here. Anytime they book for the advert, I put it here for them. So we'll be talking about your premises. I told you there are different kind of premises. There are some premises that are highly high in vitamin C. As you know, vitamin C is expensive. Mentholin is expensive too, highly expensive. So there are some premixes that are high in mentholin and vitamin C. They are expensive. So if you can get that, you don't need to use mentholin or lysine. The only thing I would advise you to use is vitamin C. You just use some vitamin C. You can use the coated vitamin C. You can use the other vitamin C. There's one that is packed in a brown paper. You can use that too as well. And you can use the coated one. The coated one, we have some in the white plastic container. Yeah. So let us put the additive at just 1,800. And the additives are premix, fish premix. That means fish premix, not broiler premix. Fish premix. And for those of you who are using broiler premix, fine. I understand a lot of people are using it, but for you to use it, do you know that when it is stacked fish, there are some supplementary additives that is inside, and when it stacks broiler, there are some supplementary additives that is inside. That is where some of people are getting it wrong. Please, some of people are getting it wrong there. So once you tagged it fish and you bought the main one, you are getting all out of it. And even some formulations, I understand from some people use broiler mash, that is broiler starter, into fish feed. Depending on the brand, I don't want to know the brand, but I said once again that fish has the most higher CP in order to grow their body tissues. So, but you may have what we call the number of the amino acid that should be in the formulation in order to balance it. So, for you to balance it, that is where you need more additives in order to give you those numbers of amino acid to balance it. I said once again, we have lot of amino acid to balance your feed. I think we have not less than 12 or 13 of each, which has to be in that your formulation to be well concentrated. And you can get this through some of the ingredients inside some of the ingredients you are using. That is why it's not advisable for you to use shaft. And you can get this in the additives you are putting in them. So in that additives some of them are highly compiled in the most expensive crude catfish, that means fish premises you are buying, depending on the brand you are buying. I think I have a brand. I told you earlier, there's a person that are producing his, and he has a very good brand. I can testify to it. He's a very good brother of mine. So the premix, and we have your cost of because everything has to be cost. Your cost of grinding, your cost of pelletizing, your cost of drying, depending on how each feed may collect there, you have to input it to it too as well. And if you are bagging it, your cost of bag has to be inputted. So let us just put our additives to 1,800, and let us put our cost of pelletizing, drying, grinding to 3,000 naira. I'm just saying it, I'm just using a layman. I told you I'll be using just a layman what's it called, a layman figure. So with that, this comes to, by the time you do the completion, this comes to 64,000 naira for that formulation. And this tells us that if you divide the 64,500 naira, once we divide it into 100 kg, this will give us 640 naira per kg on our formulation. And this one will give us, in our 50, if you want to turn it to 15%, this one will give us 99,600 naira for the total bag of 15 kilo. That is for 2 mm. So by the time you are using that cost for your formulation, you can see you are gaining more. You are gaining more. So depending on the location you have, from this formulation you have, we use 1,000 naira. Presently in my locality, the selfish made for 2,500 naira. So if you are doing that, if yours is 2,005, if yours is 3,000 naira, if yours is 2,800 naira, that place that you put 1,000, please put 3,000 naira or 2,500 naira. GNC, you get GNC, you can get GNC for 600 naira, 650 naira. That place that I put 200 naira, depending on the area you are, put what you have in there. The soya, put the current price there. The flour, put the current price there. Your premix, put your current price there. Your vitamin C, put the current price there. Your DCP, or you are using bone, put the current price there. So all this current price you'll be imputing at what we use in getting the current price of your concentration. So once you get the current price of your concentration, divide it by 100. Once it is divided by 100, this will give you the kg per kg of each your concentration. And if you want to be bagging in 50, maybe you want to bag in 15%, 15 kg bag, or you want to be using 15 kg bag to do yours, or you want to use 25 kg, or you want to use 20 kilo, what you need to do is that you just multiply the cost per kilo divided by the quantity you want to use. So that means if you want to use 15 kg, you multiply that cost you got per kg, multiply by 15. This will give you the total cost of your 15 kilo. With this, you can use that to compare it with the cost of maybe 2 mm you are buying in your locality. You can use this to compare it with the cost of 0.1, 0.2, 0.5, 0.8, 1.2 that you know has the same crude protein with the one you formulated in. That means when you want to powder it into crumbles. So to let you know that is my formulation cheaper or higher, but I know by the time you do this, your formulation will be cheaper. So this is how to get it right in feed formulation. I told you we'll be going deeper. It's deeper. We are be going deeper. This is not just the paraphrase of the formulation. So I'm telling you, I'm going to give you in-depth understanding, in-depth knowledge, practical in-depth knowledge, what I've done for years and what I know is working. So that is what I'm trying to give out for you. For those of you who want to go into feed formulation, please make sure that you contact us and we'll help you in doing that. So we'll be ending our episode 21 now. So we'll be going into the episode 22. And for those of you who have not subscribed, please make sure that you subscribe. You watch this video to the end, you share, you like, you click on the notification button. This will tell you when we release our new videos on this channel. As I told you, we'll be going more deeper. So after this, in our episode 22, we'll be talking about the material alternation. So I'll be giving you the list of the material we'll be using to alternate our 2 ml formulation. So once again, my name still remains Odutola Isa Abiodun DTM, your great uncle on this channel. Thank you and God bless you all.